Today we're going to talk about belly fat and how to lose belly fat. First off, you might be surprised. Everyone has some belly fat. Even people with the super flat abs have belly fat. That's normal. The problem is when you have too much belly fat. That can affect your health in a way that other fat just doesn't. Some fat is right under your skin. Other fat goes deeper and around your heart, lungs, liver, and all the other organs in there. That's the deeper fat. That is called visceral fat. And that's the fat that may be the bigger problem, even for thin people. Now, don't get me wrong. Everyone needs some of the visceral fat. That deep belly fat provides cushion for your organs. The problem is if you have too much of it. Then you're more than likely to end up having high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, dementia, and even certain cancers, including breast cancer and colon cancer. There are 4 things that really help with beating the belly fat. That would be exercise, diet, sleep, and stress management. Let's start with the diet. Now, you can start by eating plenty of soluble fiber. What is soluble fiber? Soluble fiber would be like eating a couple small apples, a cup of green peas. Soluble fiber absorbs water and kind of forms a gel that slows down food as it passes through your digestive system, therefore making you feel full longer so you don't overeat. An observational study in over 1,100 adults found that for every 10-gram increase in soluble fiber, belly fat gain decreased by 3.7% over a 5-year period. Doesn't sound like much, but it adds up. And some other excellent sources of soluble fiber are flaxseed, shiitake noodles, Brussels sprouts, avocados, legumes, blackberries. A lot of these are so easy to add into your daily diet that you won't even notice the change. Now, you want to avoid trans fats. Trans fats are the ones that you find in like margarine, spreads. A lot of it's added to a lot of packaged foods because they have been linked to inflammation, heart disease, insulin resistance, and abdominal fat gain. And they actually did a 6-year study that found that monkeys who ate high trans fat diet gained 33% more abdominal fat than those that were eating a diet high in monounsaturated fat. So there is a big difference there. Now, I'm not saying that we're monkeys, but read your ingredient labels carefully when you go to purchase your foods and really try to stay away from products that contain trans fats. And a lot of times they're listed as partially hydrogenated fats. See, they like to try and play with those words. Next, don't drink too much alcohol. Alcohol can have health benefits in small amounts, but is seriously harmful if you drink too much. Observational studies have linked heavy alcohol consumption to a significantly increased risk of central obesity, which is fat around the waistline. So cutting back on the alcohol may help reduce your waist size. You don't need to give it up altogether, but limit the amount you drink in a single day can help. Protein. Eating a high-protein diet helps. High-protein intake increases the release of the fullness hormone, PYY, which decreases appetite and promotes fullness. It also raises your metabolic rate and helps you to retain muscle mass during weight loss. So be sure and have a good protein source at every meal, such as meat, fish, eggs, dairy, whey protein, or beans. Gotta reduce those stress levels. Stress triggers the adrenal glands to produce cortisol, which is also known as the stress hormone. High cortisol levels increase your appetite and drive abdominal fat storage. Now, when women have a large waist, some women tend to, They tend to produce more cortisol in response to stress. And of course, the increased cortisol further adds to the fat gain around the middle. And it's like this vicious, evil cycle that just does not stop. So we got to get our stress under control. Got to maybe do some yoga or meditation or something that helps you reduce stress. I personally like to walk. I find that just going for a nice long walk and talking to myself, yeah, I might look silly, but that's okay. Talking to myself really does help reduce my stress. This one can be a little hard. Don't eat a lot of sugary foods. Sugar contains fructose, which has been linked to several chronic diseases when consumed in excess, such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, fatty liver disease. And many studies show a relationship between high sugar intake and increased abdominal fat. So it's good to decrease the sugar that you eat, even healthier sugars such as real honey should be used sparingly because those can also cause the same issues. Another thing you can do is replace some of your cooking fats with coconut oil. Coconut oil is one of the healthiest fats you can eat. Studies show that medium chain fats that are in coconut oil may boost your metabolism and decrease the amount of fat you store in response to the high calorie intake. Controlled studies suggest it may also lead to abdominal fat loss. Nice bonus. In one study, obese men who took coconut oil daily for 12 weeks lost an average of 1.1 inches from their waist without intentionally changing their diet or exercise routine. To boost the belly fat loss, it's best to take about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil per day, which is the amount used in most of the studies reporting good results. Coconut oil is still high in calories, but instead of adding extra fat to your diet, replacing some of the fats you're already eating with coconut oil could help. And lastly, sleep. You gotta sleep. Getting the right amount of shut-eye helps. In one study, people who got 6 to 7 hours of sleep per night gained less visceral fat over 5 years compared to those who slept 5 or fewer hours per night, or 8 or more hours per night. Sleep may not have been the only thing that mattered, but it was part of the picture. Got to get that good night's sleep, which means we don't deprive ourselves during the week with 4, 5, 6 hours of sleep and then try and make up for it on the weekend, because that doesn't really work out. The bottom line is there's no magic solution to losing belly fat. Weight loss always requires some effort, commitment, and perseverance on your behalf. It doesn't just fall off while we're sleeping. Successfully adopting some or all of the strategies and lifestyle goals and changes discussed here will definitely help you lose extra pounds around your waist. So get on out there and, hey, enjoy the summer. Start walking.